mustard seed, gypsy flower, and some holy leaves. Light a red candle, then light up the weed. I'ma always love you, though you're not what I need. Stop believing that what you did.
Also, you got to think about this when it comes to magic. We have real live illusionists and great magicians. They can pull off these magical, feats that nobody could, or, do these illusions that, nobody could pull off. So you got to think about David Copperfield. You got to think about Houdini. And then what's the other guy? Is his name like David Blaine? I don't want to get his name wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just that magic alone, even though it's for entertainment, it's still magic. You see what I'm saying? But then when you get into the divine magic, it's another kind of magic. It's the spiritual, kind of magic. And so when you get into, your spirituality, you start understanding that, yes, we are all magicians. We are all people that can set an intention. We can create a reality. And so I guess, it be seeming like, oh, there's no such thing. But I noticed this too, because, I'm an indigo child. I was born in the 80s. So when you really think about it, back then it was like the army. Don't ask, don't tell, like these spiritual things that we knew, we did keep them to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But see, now I like how the world is progressing, because now we can have these supernatural conversations. We can have these talks. We could talk about these things, and it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, if you tell someone, I seen a ghost, they might be like, yeah, get on with that. Or you tell someone you commune with spirit, they be like, get on with that. You know what I'm saying? But see, now it's like more open. It's like, so you feel that way? I've always felt that way too. So I like the openness that we have advanced to now. And I guess that's because we're either in the age of Aquarius or approaching the age of Aquarius. Like I always say, I'm not an astrologist, but I really do need to go learn my astrology. But when you really do think about it, I'm glad that we are starting to be able to have these conversations, because you got to think about it. A lot of people kept these things secret. Not a lot of people, because we did have people like Manly P. Hall. We had people like Alan Watts, saying that, but they would only have their selected following that, resonate with it. But I see now a lot of people are starting to turn towards, their inner magic, their inner spirituality, and they're starting to tap into their self, tap into the universe, tap into their divine frequency. And so I'm loving what I see. So I'm not gonna say that we just didn't have, spiritual leaders like back then. Yes, we did. We had spiritual leaders that were quite unconventional and very much ahead of their time, because like when I listen to a lot of things that Alan Watts say, it was like ahead of his time when he was talking about, yoga, spreading some of the esoteric, thoughts that he had, with the practices. But I feel like when I think about Alan Watts, he was more interested in the, the divine, the divinity, of religion and the communion, like a deep communion with God. That's what I felt like, with him, because he was more, pushing the philosophy of Buddhism and, talk about yoga and all that stuff. Also, another person that I like to listen to is Manly P. Hall. But a lot of people will go, well, they was associated with, Freemasonry, but they have to understand that everything comes from something. So you have to realize, though, even if we don't want to believe it, that the people that was in those fraternities or brotherhoods, because that's basically what it is, Freemasonry, they also was spiritual to a certain degree and believed in magic to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? And they had these rituals and ceremonies, you know, that displayed that. But sometimes we shun things that we don't understand. You know, we'll go, oh no, you know, they're not doing what we doing, so you know it's wrong. I'm not gonna say it's right or wrong, but those people, you know, way of being, their way of life. Like you gotta think about it. Carl Jung, the psychoanalyst, you know, he had a lot of deep philosophies. He was the one talking about exploring your daemon, because it's not demon, it's daemon. It's I think MON, if I'm saying it right. So he was saying that we had those things in us, you know, and he was talking about how you come to what's that process of, like, it's like a process of individuation or something like that. And he was talking about how basically self-actualizing yourself. Like when you self-actualize, that's when you become self-aware, and then that's when you find your purpose and you tap and tune into your purpose, and then you know fully who you are. Because guess what? Once you become self-aware, no one can tell you who you are. No one can tell you where you're meant to go, you know what I'm saying, and who you meant to be, you know? So you got to think about this, though. A lot of his experiments came from, you know, studying Freemasonry. You know, he was connected to a family that was connected to Freemasonry. So you got to think about that too. You know what I'm saying? And look at him later on in life become this great psychoanalyst that we still quote today. We still read his books and, you know what I'm saying, study his philosophy. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that. And then, you know, another person I had tapped into is, I think you say his name, Edgar Casey. They all tied together, and all of these people have links to the occult, to magic, to tapping into your divinity, to connecting with the supernatural realm. You know, you gotta think about that. Then think about the Gateway Project, the Hemisync or whatever, where, you know, they was training them, you know what I'm saying, to reprogram their mind. And then you got to think about now. That's why we, like, in spirituality, we meditate a lot. You know, we pray a lot. Prayer, guess what prayer is? It's the same thing as meditation. Then you got to think about affirmations. It's the same thing as prayer and meditation too. You just affirming it out loud to yourself. So when you really think about it, yes, you can channel things in your mind and change your reality. That's why they be like, get on your thought patterns, you know, get rid of self-limiting beliefs, because magic is real. But guess where magic starts? It starts in your mind. Like the universe is, when they say all is mind, the universe is all in our mind. It's all in our head. Like even when we feel like, have you ever thought about this? Like when someone do you away, it feel like they're doing something to you, but in reality, they're doing nothing to you, because you control yourself. You control your mind. You are the master of your fate. So sometimes we'll tend to go, oh, they hurt my feelings, or, oh, they broke my heart. They didn't do anything to you. Can't no one physically break your heart. Can't no one physically hurt your feelings. Those are just human emotions that come from a thought. It just comes from a thought. You know what I'm saying? It comes from a thought and it makes it an emotion. Or it goes three ways. It's a thought, emotion, behavior, or behavior that turns into emotion and a thought. It could go either way. You know what I'm saying? So when you really think about it, it's called control your mind. Grab a hold of yourself and control your mind. But these are things out here in this universe that definitely let you know that magic is real. But magic starts within you. It's not outside of yourself. It's your mind, your soul, your heart space. You know you. And only you can bring forth the inner magic that is within you. That's why they say, as above, so below, as within, as without, you know? So I just wanted to give y'all that little lesson, you know what I'm saying, and let y'all know that, yes, magic is definitely real, and I can really attest to you that divine magic is definitely real too, because it just feels good when you know that you have your heavenly realm and your angels supporting you, and your ancestors and your spirit guides. It's a very beautiful, blessed, and natural magic. But on this channel, we are going to get into other forms of magic, you know, because we have to also understand that everything is interconnected. So you cannot have light without the darkness. So, you know, we will start exploring some of those darker aspects, those shadow aspects as well. But I hope y'all enjoyed this talk today. And like I say always, I hope it helps somebody. And may you stay divinely guided and protected as we remain infinite in the finite. Ashe.